He te iwi, nau mai, hara mai ki tēnei pāpahotanga a whakaata Māori. Ka mihi ki ngā maunga, ngā wai, me ngā hika o tēnei rohe. Tēnā koutou katoa. Ki ngā kai whakahaere me ngā kai whakataitai, he mihi mahana ki a koutou katoa. Tēnei māua te tokorua nei, e tuku mihi ana ki a koutou katoa, kua whai wā ki te whakanui e nei rangatahi.
Kia ora, welcome everybody to the broadcast spot from Whakaara Māori. We acknowledge the mountains, the waters, the people who stay in the home fires of our area. A warm greeting to you all, to organisers, the athletes, and a warm welcome to you at home watching us on the screen here. My name is George Yonke. I'll be your commentator today, and I'm joined by the very successful Sean Wilkie, New Zealand Open mixed player from the World Cup 2024, and also the reigning champion for the Open Men's Counties Championship there. What a title that is, mate. It's good to have you here today, Sean. Are you excited about this event?
Very much so, Georgie, and thank you very much. It's a true privilege to be sitting here beside you in the commentary box. You've spoken to many of my games before, so very lucky to be here with you today.
Oh, it's great to see you come through the systems as a young lad, loving this game. You've been here many times from the 12s, 10s, 11s, whatever it was. You come up to the youth schools, and now you're here in the commentary box leading us, and you'll be putting some great insights into this event. And talking about the event today, we have North Harbour taking on Manawatu in the 18 boys. And Manawatu, welcome back to you. This is your first time coming back to the 18, so we expect something exciting on the screen today from the Manawatu region. As we see on the screen here, we have Manawatu under 18 boys. There's a few names in there that I recognise, so watch out for them. And they're being coached by Brian Whaitere White, who's originally from Turanganui, Kiwa, and it's good to have him in the Manawatu region, passing on his skill sets to these Manawatu. Watch out for those lads today.
Definitely, Georgie. And on the other side of the field, we have North Harbour under 18 boys coming up against them. Quite a force to be reckoned with on the Raki Pai Whenua at the moment is North Harbour. Definitely, again, a lot of names to look out for there. Coached by Peter Brown, manager Julie Brown, and assistant coach Cedric Tamati.
Yeah, that Brown is a formidable name in the touch scene. I've seen them carve up many times on the touch feed over my career. Also, Smiley there's some good genes in there. His dad's a great coach, and we'll look to see him on the field today. The boys are warming up here, but we do have the best that'll be adjudicating today. We have Alicia Ruaitsi, Thomas Webster, and Matt Weaver, and we couldn't have started with a better top three referees for this game.
Talk about putting on a show for the first round. Definitely have top-tier quality refs out there. Very, very exciting.
Very exciting, and look at them. Don't they look smart there in the whites? And I'm sure they'll be professional. They'll use a lot of good language out there to help the boys stay in control within this game and keep the distance in between the teams nice and wide, so we have some great touchdowns today. Speaking of touchdowns, one of our words that we want to be focusing on is piro. So if you hear us saying piro throughout the day, get used to that one, because that means a try, and I'm sure we'll be calling a lot of that today, Sean.
No doubt. With both of these teams coming out hot off the block, I'd say, as you said, Georgie, we're going to have a quite open game. Being the first round coming up for these boys, I'd say the referees would like to open up the sevens. We'll probably see 10 to 12 metre onsides here, and I'd say it's going to be a very, very fast-flowing game right from the first whistle.
The whistle's going to be good. The field looks good. Look how pristine. That is the number one pitch here at Pulman Park in Takanini. That's where we are today, bringing the showstopper of a game. That one's there for you, Tiv. And Manawatu have the ball, and they're working on your screen from left to right in the nice green with white uniform there. And North Harbour working from right to left on your screen with the maroon uniform.
Yeah, the boys are all looking sharp out there today. Countdown's coming quickly with the notorious Touch New Zealand 2-minute song coming to an end here. I'd say we're going to go for quite the match here. I'd say we'll be going back and forward, Georgie. There'll be a bit of nerves. You can see the boys getting a little bit agitated there down the sub-box, walking back and forward. I know the feeling all too well.
Yeah, that music brings it on, right? You get out there, you hear that music, you know it's game time, and you just feel the ihi out there. These guys are ready to go, but I'll tell you what, these first 2 minutes are always crucial. First game of the tournament, they want to get this one under their belt. They just want to complete their sets of 6 and have a good game, and we have a game.
Definitely. We somewhat want to set the standard here as we see Manawatu taking a couple trains straight through the middle. North Harbour done a very good job to keep them off the 7 there, and a change of position in the first set, Georgie. That's quite critical.
Yeah, we talked about that. We want to start strong, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that one. They'll work on a good defence. As you can see, they're setting some flyers in there. North Harbour working well, getting behind. It's a great 3 touches there. Transition play, getting the fresh players on. There's a little bit of a push, and we'll be ready for that at this grade here. It's a little bit more physical than we see in the younger grades. Working his right to left, and what a long ball we have with number 7 scoring there in the corner for the first touchdown today. Pero, number 1.
Yes, Luke Waller in the corner there. He looks pretty happy with that one. Quite an easy job he had there, but I have no doubt that he'll be finding a little bit of real estate out in that corner. See a nice little middle scoop here. I think that hat was a little bit of a giveaway that we were going to have quite a bit of strike power there from number 10, Rocco. What a beautiful setup that was.
Oh, beautiful setup, and Luke Waller, the baller, gets number 1 on the scoreboard here. Manawatu, see if they can rectify that last set here. Coming into play now, they've had 3 touches. Working with a sweep play in the back door. Nice hit there, getting in behind. Nicely answered there by North Harbour, picking that one, cramming that corner, shutting down that play of Manawatu.
The coaching crew from Manawatu will be quite happy there. They were able to get down and get quite a good set there. Unfortunately, not finishing with a piro, but I think they're going to come down quite strong here. Unfortunately, the ruling not quite going their way. They're looking for a bit of a no-touch there. Sneaky little play that you can sometimes get going through the yardage.
Yeah, I like the Manawatu realising they were off, so managed to pull out of there. North Harbour playing the ball without a touch, but the offence had already happened, so they didn't get an advantage. And North Harbour, here we go again, kicking out of the gates there on the outside of the Manawatu player, number 2, Smiley. Too good.
Yes, it was a name you brought up in the pre-game there, George, and we see Smiley come on the back door, pace the burn on the outside. Unfortunately, Manawatu just not able to get back on time. No slam dunk there. Ball gets down to the ground. Piece of cake. And a piro anō kia North Harbour.
Oh, a piece of cake it is for Smiley. He's no stranger to that 7-metre line. Sweeping. Oh, look straight back on defence. And look at those electric feet.
A coach's dream, that is, to see your players out there scoring great touchdowns and then heading back to the halfway to defend them.
We'll fake the sweep. Nice tricky little move there. North Harbour have done well to keep Manawatu off that 7-metre line. One more punch of attack. Border ground. Great defence there by North Harbour.
Yes, great defence. North Harbour have really come to play today. Manawatu definitely threatening out there on that left flank. Unfortunately not able to convert. As we see the wrecking force of North Harbour coming up the sub-box again.
Yeah, speaking of North Harbour, Peter Brown, the coach there, will be very happy. I talked about those first 2 minutes, and he's nailed every part of it. Got 2 touchdowns, perfect sets of defence, and look at these drive through the midsection. Putting them on the front foot. Good hands. Border ground there on the final.
A good set again. We're able to get down to the 7. Unfortunately, Manawatu just making a slight error coming out here. I'd say the North Harbour boys will be rubbing their hands together. They get a fresh attack on the line. The first recount on the line here for North Harbour. Let's see what they can produce.
Just attracting the defence there. Manawatu a little bit slower to get out there. Dylan Brown, the young man, pulling out the defence, trying to get 2 out there. Attracting 2 defenders. Here's the quickie play. Always hard to defend when you're up high. Referee's happy with that. Great set of defence there. Gets onside well, makes the touch.
We just see Brown starting to facilitate things here. I think they go back to the same play, fakes it and goes out. A great play that. Again, Waller in the corner.
Waller in the corner, and he's a baller. How good was that? And another touchdown, make that a double. Pedal number 2.
Oh, I think our replay has fooled us here. We've looked over the screen and Manawatu are yarding out. Unfortunately, the pass was just called forward there for Waller. He hasn't got his second, but I'm sure that is soon to come.
Yeah, I don't think that was on the order for Waller. But here we go. Manawatu back with the ball, working their way through the midsection. Nice kick from dummy half. Flicks around the back. Oh, looks like it could be showtime, but referee may have seen something. No, he hasn't. The hands are shaking. The fists are pumping. Manawatu on the board with pedal number 1.
Yeah, as we see on the replay here, Great intent out of dummy half, and that first chopper just ran such a strong line straight back to the dummy half. All of his hard work pays off, and he gets a try of his own.
Rudolph, I think, sets that one up and finishes it off. And that was a beautiful pass. At the time, it looked like it was touch and pass, but when you saw the replay, referee's right on the dial there, getting it right. And a great call by the referees. Good touchdown for Manawatu. Here's that kick out to the left again. Didn't work the first time, it works the second time, but Waller's gone for a sub, and number 4 gets the action this time with Tamati. Sealing a deal.
Yeah, North Harbour are just doing really well here, manipulating the defence, getting back to their basic platforms, and it's just a short, long, simple as that. As you say, Grayson Tamati has taken one from Waller and dotted down in the corner.
They do have a lot in their back pocket here. They've worked a quickie. They worked a quickie on the length. They had the sweep play. The fake quickie out back out to the long side. So Jingers, their pockets are deep with moves. That's scary stuff. And it's good to see for North Harbour that they're ready for action.
Kudos to the coaching crew there. Peter Brown, Cedric Tamati, just very good eyes up play there and very well drilled.
Ball not quite hitting the target. North Harbour working off into a man defence, which put the pressure on Manawatu well there. North Harbour, we're looking for a transition set, putting fresh players on. Great intensity here through the midfield. Nice, and I love that hat too. Very sun smart.
Typically in the first half, game one, day one, you start to see the legs start tiring up a bit, but there's just no evidence of that here as we see our man Smiley going through the middle. Finds the link, finds the wing. Great touch in the corner there by the Manawatu winger, and they're back to the races, and off they go again.
Back to the races it is. And it just seemed like North Harbour had an extra player on there. Where did all those players come from? Went through their hands, and they still had one more up their sleeve in the corner. But great defence, nice scramble defence by Manawatu to shut that one down.
Some great intent coming on here from Manawatu. We saw this platform result in a try before. Here we go, through the middle. Number 4 from Manawatu was that new. Great intent there. Promising signs coming off the back. I'm hoping we can see a few more platforms set up like that. They didn't have the greatest field position, but they have speed to burn.
I'll tell you what, North Harbour have been very dominant in this game, but the scoreline is 3-1. Manawatu have now shown what they do have up their sleeve with some exceptional speed there. If they can keep those quickies and also those power scoops happening for them, they'll be able to break this line. Here goes their first quickie attack. Looks out, pops out. Great shutdown there by the winger.
Yes, Waller just making up for a slight error there, coming out very well forced by Patuwai there. A tactical play, I'd say, coming out as we see Manawatu heading back down the middle. Equally matched by some great defence from North Harbour. Very threatening on the line here, Manawatu, though.
Well, that was threatening, and that little wraparound play attack was dicing with the devil there as being onside. So the referee was happy with that one. North Harbour, a couple of errors creeping into the plays of North Harbour. Manawatu seem to have their defence right, which puts pressure on them. And now Manawatu in a good spot now, 10 metres out from the try line.
Hai, tika tau, Georgie. Tōru ki te tahi, their score at the moment with e ono miniti e toi ana. Manawatu coming back on the field. Another reset down on the line. Ball back in the hands of Rudolph. We saw him do one earlier. We score one, set up one. He's back in half. Oh, great dive there, and he's got a try. Dixon has just managed to snake his way through there with a beautiful dive. We see in the replay here, he gets it back just off a basic quickie, throws the dummy. North Harbour defence, very honest there, not able to make the touch, and Dixon slides through with the second try for Manawatu.
Yeah, how good was Dixon? Obviously looked to long. He's a long lever himself, so he's got a bit of range on that one. North Harbour actually had a few people back in the pocket, so to score in that area, that was pretty amazing because North Harbour did everything they could to get a player back and to stop that try. So well done to Manawatu.
And an error forced again. I think we've got Manawatu on the front foot here. North Harbour maybe falling into the commentator's curse I talked about earlier, Georgie, of the legs getting a little bit tired, a few errors starting to creep in.
Good yardage. Fresh players on. That's 3. They've still got 3 up their sleeve. Oh, just slightly off the mark there. Referee's stating his authority of what he wants to see in this game. All the little things need to be sharp. Make sure your shoulders are square. Play balls are on the mark. No forward passes off the ruck is what he's saying today.
A great opportunity here for the North Harbour boys to express themselves. Somewhat of a tap from halfway as we see that man again with the big bucket hit back. The corner again. Tamati has gone for his second. I think that's 2 in a row, Georgie.
Yeah, 2 from 2 for Tamati in the corner on the left side. So Load steps off his right, powers those arms up, uses that protein shake he had this morning to get the distance, and what another touchdown for North Harbour.
I tell you what, it's becoming very clear of the two teams here who their strike weapons are. So I'd say at halftime, both coaches are going to have to go away and really identify what those threats are and try and nullify them looking into the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be an important component of this game, the halftime talk, the briefing of the change-ups, the identification of who's doing the main attacks, what sort of moves they're doing. Manawatu working their way to the 7 metre at the moment. A little bit too far out. If they get closer to that line, they'll be a bit more potent. Hopefully they get one more crack at it. Here we go, sitting back into the midfield around the 50 area. Dixon drives in well. Here's a wrap play. Wow. Haven't seen that move. That was pretty stylish there, but North Harbour were all over that one.
Yes, it seemed as Manawatu were trying to plan that one for a while. They weren't able to quite execute it, but I'm sure it might come back out of the back pocket again later in the half as we see North Harbour exiting really well here. Just nice and clinical. No mistakes.
And almost to perfection, they work their way through the midsection there in the transition. Nice pick from half. He goes. He's good. Nice touch being made, but it looks like the Waller has scored again in the corner.
And Kaiwawa, Thomas Webster, was happy with that one. He was jogging on the spot, waiting for the put down. As we see North Harbour go through into the end goal quite easily, there was Tamati. And he found number 11, McDonald, Jordan McDonald in the corner. I think he's taken the position of Waller, but he's managed to find himself to get free, and he gets his first try of the game.
Yeah, sorry, Waller, not one for you this time as McDonald gets that one. He's loving it in the corner there. Gets one down, gets the wraparound play from his link position, and dots down in the corner. Well done, North Harbour.
With 2 minutes left on the clock, Georgie, I'd say Manawatu would really love to convert one here, close the gap going into the half. See a bit of footwork, juggles, unlucky there not to hold on to it. North Harbour looking to come out of the half now with just over penalty given. Here's the opportunity Manawatu gone looking for.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I think that's what the difference is. North Harbour managing to get away with staying inside the 7. So they're ready for the next touch. So they're already preloaded for the next. Unfortunate there by Manawatu. So what Manawatu need to ensure, they at least to get 2 or 3 punching forward towards that 7 metre line. Right now they've got a few players hovering, which makes, they've got some pretty cool moves, but it's pretty hard to do when there's a defender pretty close sitting at the back line.
They sure do. I think they need to find that man, Dixon, number 7 from Manawatu, on the line again. He was pretty dangerous early on, as we see North Harbour again looking to go short side. Simple. Quick hands does it, just like we practice.
Yi Joy should be happy with that one. Here we go. Just the shut come in. Nice simple hands there. Basic skill, but you've got to refine that and do it to perfection in the big games, and they've done it well.
No doubt, George. A skill that most teams will work on at the start of practice, and something that sometimes gets overlooked, but not here today, Georgie. Ball in 2 hands. He looked to see if he had to get that pass away, but he had plenty of time to get the dot down.
Nice. You asked for it. You wanted Dixon back on. He's there in the midfield, 3 and 3. Looks like it's going to be a bow. Is he going to flick out? Are we going for a 32 play? No, bounce out. They saw Harbour do it. They want to do it as well. He slides through. If he had spandex on, that would have been a touchdown. Very close touch there for Dixon. Unfortunate. They may have one more crack at this. Little flick around. Razzle-dazzle on the final. Nothing to lose as we take it into the halftime break with only seconds to spare. North Harbour take the final touch, and what a half we've had. North Harbour showing a lot of fire here with a scoreline of 6-2. Manawatu showing flashes of what they can bring in the second game. We'll leave it right there and we'll come back very soon. Touch, what a game.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
Kia ora touch whānau. Welcome to Quick Hit, your short, sharp and touch relevant warm-up, with the aim of warming up and moving those important body parts before kicking into activity. The Quick Hit warm-up requires minimal space, minimal time, and allows for innovation.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
E te iwi, nau mai, hoki mai ki tēnei kēmu of North Harbour versus Manawatu. 6-2 is the score. North Harbour jumping ahead early in this game, Georgie. Manawatu looked threatening early on. Unfortunately not able to capitalise on a few of the opportunities, but I'm sure they'll come out firing here.
Yeah, sure. First year back for them, the 18s. They're bringing a new team back. We've got a few experienced players and also some first-timers in the 18s division and done a great job. Had some signs of fire there and also getting the rhythm going. I think with the halftime talk, once they get things settled down a bit, I think they'll be ready to go for the second half.
For sure, as we see a few of the highlights coming through, North Harbour have just been able to sort of pull away with a little bit of footwork, a little bit of speed, as we saw that man from the first half from Manawatu, Rudolph, with a mixture in there of Dixon. Manawatu looking very threatening through the middle. I'm sure we'll look to fall back on those two boys to do a lot more of the work for Manawatu there. Yeah,
the speed and ability of Dixon is exceptional. Hopefully he comes into his own for this next half. Can see a bright future for that young lad.
This left-hand corner down here close to us, and the close side here, Georgie, has been a favoured spot for the North Harbour side. Their right-to-left pass hitting the mark almost every single time except for the one forward pass, unfortunately, but we've seen quite a few dot downs here. I'm sure the Manawatu coaching staff will be sort of trying to make a few adjustments on the technical side of things on that right side of their defence.
Kapai, as we see the 6 touchdowns from North Harbour and the 2 from Manawatu leading us into the second half. Who to goes, teams making their way out onto the field, and we're expecting a beauty. We're expecting some fireworks for the second half.
It'll be interesting to see who North Harbour send out as their striking set here. We've seen a few prominent names stepping up for them. And on the bottom of the screen there, we have the hometown heroes. If you scan that QR code, we can go through and make sure that you nominate any of your nominees to head to the Touch New Zealand website. The entries close on Saturday the 15th of March.
I'll tell you what, it's good to see that back, and we had 5 good winners last year. One I can recall from the Rotorua, Steve Hudson, who does a lot of work. Speaking of work here, North Harbour have come to work once again with a great touchdown to start us off for the second half.
Just like that, we talked about seeing who would come out for North Harbour. It probably didn't matter who was coming out. They had some exceptional skills here. They faked the sweep, went short side. We talked about the quick hands. That wasn't needed there. A little bit of razzle-dazzle out the back of the right hand, straight into the corner.
So a good start there by North Harbour. Manawatu getting their first set in the second half, working their way through the midfield. They're in the right spot here now, down on the 7. Looking for the sweep play, I think. Here it comes, a sweeper. And there's an in-between. North Harbour read that well. They've got one more touch to go.
Yeah, the play had a lot of promise to it there. Unfortunately, they just weren't quite able to execute it. But I'd say if we see that play come out at the end of this half, we might see a different result off the back of it. Touch 5, trying to find some open pasture. Not quite able to. North Harbour getting a good turnover in the middle of the field.
See how this transition play goes. The transition play is like getting your fresh players on, your tired players off, working your way through the midsection. And they've done very well here with 3 touches, fresh players on. Oh, dominated the field. I couldn't get better there, actually.
We see Oh, unfortunately a penalty given there. Just going back about 2 touches there, Georgie. The North Harbour team are doing very well at getting their subs on early to the field so that they're able to get right up the middle there and find quite good yardage, almost getting to the 7 metre every time they're coming on with fresh legs. Manawatu, unfortunately, another error on their exit there. North Harbour will be able to give us a little bit more of what they've got to show for themselves in the middle. As the same set stays on, I'm sure they'll be looking to get a point here.
Little sweet wrap play here coming.
Looks long, well defended by Manawatu.
Sunspot number 10, back in the middle. Sweep play coming once again, gives to the sweep, kicks back in, off his right foot, gets low. Referee likes that one. I think it's a touchdown. Yes, it is, and another great touchdown from North Harbour.
Yes, Trey Brown, number 3. Some great footwork there. Comes off the right foot. Right-hand dive, just very skillful, able to match the Manawatu there. Unfortunately, they weren't quite tight enough on defence, and he was able to find a nice hole through there, diving in for the 8th try of North Harbour.
Kapai. Manawatu working their way through the midfield once again. No stranger to these tap-offs. There's been a lot of tap-offs, and 12 to be complete for this game so far. Manawatu on the 7. Perfect dump here. Has he got the advantage? Referee likes that one. That's a great dive there off the quickie. Gets it just on the line with North Harbour defence making the touch, but because it was so accurate with that dive, gets it down slightly before the touch is made.
Yes, we saw Rudolph in at half. He gives an early delivery and, just over ball down before the touch was made. With Rudolph in there at half, I think they might have kept the defence guessing a bit, but he was able to get on the outside with a beautiful try there.
Yep. All you need is a bit of dust on that ball and you're sorted. Manawatu back in this game. 3 touchdowns to Manawatu.
Te kau miniti e toi ana. Waru ki te toru. Oh, unfortunately, just dropping the ball there. Manawatu look to work their way out. North Harbour defence rushing up quickly.
Look at the work rate of North Harbour back. Look at the flyers coming through. They practice their fly defence or their defensive attack here, making it hard for Manawatu to get out of their zone.
All done well to find space there. They've set a great platform. Rudolph looks long, intercepted by the North Harbour winger there in the right place at the right time.
Dixon firing a 20-25 metre pass from his left to right. Unfortunately finds the North Harbour player. North Harbour back on attack, doing what they do well, driving through the field. Twinkle toes down the sideline there, back into the midfield.
Just what we talked about earlier, Georgie. North Harbour able to find the 7 metre line on the back of their transition. Looking very threatening on their attack. A 32 platform, the choice there that time round. An intercept attempt from Manawatu, able to stop the try, but unfortunately a repeat count there. Matched by some great defence from the Manawatu, right middle, right link there. Wasn't quite the option I thought they were going to go with, but it almost pulled off there for them, Georgie.
It did. Mawat, once again, he's had a crack before. He gets that quickie. He goes for the outside. Ball's a bit crippy today. It's not sliding as it usually does, but it doesn't have to as long as it's down on the ground. We're sorted.
He rangi a tāhua kei konei kei Papakura Takanini, as we see the ball sticking a little bit there, but in the replay he does enough to get it over the line. Simple try there for him. Another one added to the team sheet there. As he flicks it back to halfway, and he backs it up with some more defence.
Nice work, and he shows how good his biceps are there with a nice positive touch there. I'm here. I've scored a try, and I'm back for defence.
Yes, 9-3 the score now, North Harbour in favour. It's going to be interesting to see how this North Harbour 18 boys side progresses here throughout the tournament. They look to be quite a force to be reckoned with. We see Manawatu taking the short side there, the winger just doing enough to get a hand to it. I think if he wasn't able to get there might have been a pedal in the corner, but Manawatu with a recount on the 7.
Yeah, Runa Cooper putting his hands in there, almost gaining an intercept. Nice fly there. Bit of trouble. Couldn't capitalise on that one with the blind shut coming in. Manawatu doing well to pull up 2 defenders this time, not quite getting to the 7 metre. There's that quick defence.
Yes, North Harbour Lynx doing really well to be able to help the middles out on the 7 here. As we see, it opens up the open side defence for North Harbour to stay man on man. A great defensive passage there for North Harbour. Manawatu looking long. Unfortunately not going to hand. Touch 5 there. Bit tricky to try get something going there for them, Georgie, on touch 5, but that's all right though. I'm sure they'll come back strong for this next one as the wrecking ball comes down this sideline again. We see them getting so close. Touch 2, touch 3, touch 4 down this sideline.
Rocco taking a well-earned sub there. He's done the damage on attack and on defence, shutting Manawatu out. Here comes Smiley. Picks from dummy half, works with his Wihuni. Oh, nice little kick in off the right. Is it good enough? Well done, Manawatu. Great touch there.
Yeah, and that's just effort areas there, George. You can't quite coach that. The turn and go, once your job's done, doing the extra yards to get out there and make that touch. North Harbour just doing enough to force an error here, and we see Smiley back out there again. He's staying out there. He wants another go. Wihungi in the middle partnership with him. Smiley, left quickie. Short ball just opens up.
Wihungi magic there. Nice sleight of hand.
Yeah, we knew he was going to stay. Noah Smiley, we thought he'd get it himself, but he threw the dummy, the hole opened up, and he throws a beautiful pass for the 10th try for North Harbour.
Yeah, Jordan McDonald with another one there. I think that's number 2 for him. He'll be happy to start off this tournament with 2 touchdowns. 2 pedal.
Yeah, definitely a confidence booster for these North Harbour boys here. Definitely for Manawatu as well. Plenty to take away from this game, though. Have been looking threatening. Just back to the drawing board. Unfortunately, they're not able to find the player. He does draw a penalty there. North Harbour not quite getting back to the line.
Yeah, looked like they were looking for a follow inside pass there. Here we go, nice dump there within the 7. Looks up, passes on the inside. The shutters getting everyone set for the one, scoring the touchdown. Great smiles there by Manawatu.
Yeah, just a backyard play this one. The simple quickie, step back, check to the dummy half. North Harbour not quite able to get there in time. Manawatu just show how simple it can truly be, Georgie.
Yeah, once they get things together, it just shows the capability they do have. And you see at times there's glimpses. And what I've seen is glimpses of some great moves that they've got in their back pocket there. But unfortunately, that North Harbour defence is grueling.
As we see North Harbour coming down. And just like that, probably the first tuck play we've actually seen of the game there. But it comes to fruition and it pays off for them. Could have walked over there, but he finishes the try well. I'm sure he'll be looking to do a few more of those in the later stages of the game.
And it looked like Matthew still had another gear to go on that one. He kicked out so fast, got around him, and Manawatu were just left standing pretty much in that one. Well done to Matthews.
See number 7, Dixon from Manawatu back on the field. Hopefully they'll look to use him again. I'm sure he'll look to throw that left to right long ball we saw earlier in the second half. Dixon coming on the sweep. They fake him, they go long. Matched well by some great defence there from North Harbour.
Yeah, nice free by North Harbour. The man on was still active in that play there. Even though the pass was beautiful, North Harbour defender was still out wide, marking that man. Some great yards there. And North Harbour once again.
We see North Harbour just getting their subs on early. That same subbing plays, we see them look to try get into the centre of the field there. Ball going into the middle of the field, back with Trey Brown. We've seen his footwork again. He goes and sets a great platform. Looks long, left to right long ball. Oh, hard luck there. Unfortunately not able to stick. A great left to right long ball.
Great left to right. Referees have picked up something. Yeah, they're adjudicating from the sideline, has called a forward pass on that instance. Manawatu get a fresh set of 6. Work their transition play or subset. Oh, they try to sneaky down the sideline. Nice double off there by the North Harbour player. There goes that defence once again. North Harbour pressing, putting Manawatu under pressure, forcing an error on that occasion. Great defence by North Harbour.
Ai, tata ki te mutunga o te kēmu, heoi, kaha tonu ngā tīma e rua. Although we're quite close to the end of the game, we haven't seen any pull-off of the accelerator here. We see him juggle the pass. Does well to hold on to it. I think he'll get a quickie here, crossover. Matched well by some great defence. The attack is still looking just as threatening as it was right from the first minute of the game.
Smiley Mowat with the sweet play. Kicks his left, right. Once again, this time I don't think it's going to be forward. I think the referee's going to be happy with this one.
I think there was a little chip on the shoulder there. He threw a left to right about 30 seconds ago. Unfortunately being called forward, but that one, there was no two doubts about that. Another left to right. Great ball into the corner there, third of the game.
Yeah, it could be a hat trick. And what a start to the tournament that'd be for the young lad, Grayson Tamati. Doing wonders out there on the left-hand wing, or right hand on your screen.
Can't ask for much more from your wingers there when they have open real estate, finishing all your tries just like that. And I'm sure he'll have a few more opportunities later in this tournament here. I don't think they'll come as easy as that in the later stages, but he's looking very promising at the moment. North Harbour defence up to the job. So we see them coming down this sideline. 1:25 left in the first game of today down here at the National Youth Tournament here for North Harbour versus Manawatu.
There's been great starts to this tournament. The level these boys are playing at under 18s, game number one, the skill level, the touchdowns, the defence have been solid. So a lot of the coaches will be happy with some of the things I've seen. Manawatu will be proud of some of the moments within this game, but it is game number one. It is a 3-day tournament, so there is time to fix those little things that they can work on for game two.
Yes, and if this is the calibre of touch we've been very privileged to receive in the first game of day one. I'm very excited to see what we have in store for the rest of the day, day two, and then coming finals day on day three, where we get the best of the best showdown. Oh, great left to right long ball there. As you can see, the flags in the background, the wind going right into him, but there was no doubt that ball was getting there. Great long ball, unfortunately matched by some great defence there from North Harbour. Finding the extra yards. Manawatu not able to quite see that one coming as the North Harbour team come trucking down the right-hand side again. North Harbour just trying to sneak one extra point there. Unfortunately not able to. Heoi anō, kua mutu te kēmu tuatahi mo tēnei rā. Te kaumārua ki te whā. North Harbour coming out victorious for the first game of day one. Hoki mai a koe nei.